Hello, welcome back to another low quality video. Sorry, this month's video is going to be very late and very short. The month has gotten away from me. I started my last semester of high school and I am stressed. And I'm trying to put school ahead of YouTube videos, so sorry. Love you guys. Since it is 2026, the new year, I want to start off talking about some movies that I am excited to see. I would love to see that are coming out this year. 2025 was a pretty good year for movies. I think I liked most of what I saw. There were obviously some duds. There were obviously some things that I was kind of on the fence about, but I did love a lot of what I saw. I don't have these sorted by like how much I want to see them, how interested I am or whatever, but they are sorted by release date. Release dates are often subject to change when it comes to new movies. A couple of these have already changed release dates several times. Some of these don't even have a release date right now. So these are the release dates as of when I'm recording this. The first one I have is Send Help. This one comes out on January 30th, which will probably be very close to when this video comes out, if not the day this comes out. It's about a week and a half away from when I'm recording this, which I know because that is the day NC State is telling me whether or not I got in. Please accept me, guys. Please. Send Help is a horror comedy starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. They are co-workers who kind of don't like each other. They get in a plane crash and are stranded on a deserted island together. Dylan O'Brien's character is kind of this like full of himself business guy type. Rachel McAdams' character is a little more reserved. She's kind of awkward, and the two characters don't like each other. The two leads are probably a big reason why I want to see this. I do love both those actors. I don't think they've worked together before. I could be wrong. It's directed by Sam Raimi, who I've seen his Spider-Man movies and I really like those. I've also seen his Evil Dead movies and I loved them. He did the original like 80s Evil Dead, which we will come back to Evil Dead later. And the next movie I have is Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. This is a sci-fi dystopian comedy that's coming out on February 13th. This is one of the ones that I know the dates have changed a bunch of times, so I'm hoping it comes out when they say it's going to. I saw one trailer for this movie when I was going to the theater to see something else, and I have seen nothing since, but it was really intriguing. It looked really good. It looked super fun. It's about this man who comes back from the future, Back to the Future, and warns the people that there's going to be something bad happening, like AI is going to take over, and he's trying to get a crew of strangers together to stop the bad things from happening. It seems super fun, seems like a fun premise. I have really seen nothing about this movie since. There's not that much information about it online. I don't think it's part of a pre-existing franchise or a book or anything, so I hope it's good. It seems fun. The director, Gore Verbinski, has worked on some of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and he directed an L7 music video, so it seems like it'll be good. This next movie has been my most anticipated movie for a very long time now. It is The Bride, coming out on March 6th. I think they've changed the release date for this one several times as well. I think this one's going to stick. I hope this one's going to stick because it's been March 6th for some time now. It is Maggie Gyllenhaal's take on the story of The Bride of Frankenstein. It's set in 1930 Chicago, and from the trailers, it looks really great. It's this gritty, emotional take on The Bride of Frankenstein story. It also seems like they're going to give the character of the bride a lot more autonomy. She's going to be kind of her own person, which if you've seen my last video, that is something that I would definitely love to see. I know it's going to be very hypocritical of me to like this movie if I do when it comes out, because I did not like Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, but listen, I talked about it in my last video. This movie isn't trying to be an adaptation, so I am just very excited to see this director's take on this story. Not only am I excited to see her take on this, it is starring my Irish queen, Jessie Buckley, as the Bride of Frankenstein, and Christian Bale is playing Frankenstein's monster. So I am very, very, very excited to see how this is going to go. If it's bad, I will probably cry. The next movie I have on here is Ready or Not 2, which is coming out March 27th. I initially heard about this because Kathryn Newton, who's going to be one of the stars of this movie, posted about it, and I had not seen the first one, so I went and watched that, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I love Kathryn Newton. I like the first one. I hope this is going to be good. I hope this doesn't fall into the category that a lot of horror movies have, where they have one really good movie, but then they just make a bunch of sequels and absolutely ruin it. It seems like it could very much go that way, so I would love to see it. It has people I like in it, so I would love to see it. I love Kathryn Newton, but my hope is... Next one I have on here is Mother Mary, coming out on April 24th. This is another horror movie, but like Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, I know virtually nothing about it. I have seen very little talk about it. I saw one still from this movie, and I was like, yeah, I'm watching this when it comes out. From what I've seen and from what I've looked up about it, it seems like it's going to be kind of Suspiria vibes, like the new Suspiria. A little bit of The Substance, maybe. Anne Hathaway is playing a global superstar who kind of has her past come back to get her. I hope it's good. And staying on the theme of Anne Hathaway, the next movie I have on here is Devil Wears Prada 2. That one is coming out May 1st. And kind of like Ready or Not 2, I'm very, very scared. In fact, I think I'm more scared for this one because there's absolutely nothing about this movie that warrants a sequel. I feel like horror movies, most of them kind of lend themselves to sequels if people enjoy them enough. But this movie has absolutely no reason to be made that I can think of. I hope it's good. I'm probably going to see it because The Devil Wears Prada is just such a good movie, and I do think everybody should watch it. It's so fun. My hope is very low for this. A lot of people have said when they saw the first, couple shots from this movie getting posted online that it looks like it was shot on an iPhone, and I can't help but agree, so I'm terrified. The next movie on my list is Supergirl, coming out on June 26th. I think this is a lot of people's most anticipated movie for 2026. I am very excited for it to come out. I love the new Superman, and I know James Gunn is not directing this movie, but his vision for the DCU seems right up my alley. The casting seems great. Jason Momoa as Lobo was they pulled him out of the comic. Millie Alcock seems great for the role. I have seen a lot of people saying this online, and I see the potential for the criticism that this is going to be a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy, but I've also seen a lot of people rightfully bring up that it's based on a comic series that kind of has the vibes that the trailers are giving off. So I think it'll be different. I think it's going to be really good, and I'm super excited. Like I was foreshadowing earlier, I really love The Evil Dead, so I am excited for Evil Dead Burn to come out on July 24th. Sam Raimi, who's doing Send Help from earlier, directed the original Evil Dead movies, but I do like the newer ones. They're just a really good take on a classic franchise. I think if there are directors hoping to bring back classic horror franchises, they should definitely take notes from the current Evil Dead. And yes, I will be talking about another revived horror franchise later that I'm scared for. I hope this one will be good. It seems like a promising franchise, but every franchise has a dud at some point. Another sequel that I'm scared for is Practical Magic 2, which is set to come out on September 18th. I think of all the sequels and franchise additions that I am scared for this year, I am the most scared for this one. It is based on another book in the series that the original movie is based on, so at least there's that. Maybe it'll be good, but it's been so long since the first one came out that I kind of don't think they should be making it. If it's good, obviously that's awesome. I love the first movie. It's probably one of my favorite movies, but I am very scared. It also has Joey King in it, so unfortunately, my hopes are not high. The next movie is Return to the Living Dead, which is supposed to come out on November 13th. That's the day after my birthday. I say supposed to come out because I honestly cannot find a good, official, this is when the movie's coming out, even on their website. It seems like they were supposed to come out late last year. Now they're pushing it to late this year. It is a smaller film. I think it is an indie film. Understandable that they've had to change it a lot, but that also means that the quality might not be great. That being said, the original Return of the Living Dead was definitely a low-budget film, and I love that movie, so I'm on the fence. It could really go either way. Obviously, I'm hoping it'll be good, but I won't be surprised if it isn't. One movie that I am almost certain is going to be good is Sunrise on the Reaping, that is supposed to come out on November 20th. I really love the Hunger Games movies and books, so I do think this one's going to be really good. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was awesome. I think it's probably one of my favorite in the whole Hunger Games movie franchise, so hopefully this will be the same trajectory. I would probably go see this movie just to see Elle Fanning cast as young Effie Trinket. Not only do I really love the movie franchise, I feel like Suzanne Collins always finds a way to write the story that we need to hear. She releases it and we're like, that's a little relevant. And now that the Patriot games are a thing, The next movie I have on here, I wasn't even really sure I was going to include. It's Avengers Doomsday, which is currently set to come out on December 18th. I was a big fan of the MCU during its golden age, but I kind of stopped watching it when they moved everything to being a Disney Plus exclusive. I think the last thing I really watched and was really interested in was WandaVision. I loved that when it came out. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I kind of thought this was supposed to be like the final Avengers movie, like wrap up the whole MCU, but I was definitely wrong. Overall, I think the general consensus, which I agree with, is that they're not as good as they used to be. I really don't like what Disney is doing with the MCU. It kind of feels to me like it's overstaying its welcome. Might be a bit harsh, and I know the MCU still has its fans. And hey, if some people like it, then that's great. I think I'm just going to see this and probably nothing else in the MCU. The last movie I have on here that has an actual release date is Werewolf, set to come out on December 25th. I really love Nosferatu, and this is the same director, so I'd really like to see his take on another classic horror movie. The cast was really amazing in Nosferatu, and it's a lot of the same people in Werewolf, but I would love to see some new faces in some movies. There is one concern that I have, and it lies with the fact that Lily Rose Depp's character was given a cleft lip. Obviously, I don't care that she has a cleft lip. That makes no difference to me. My concern is that they're going to use it as part of the horror of the movie, and it is a very tired, very problematic trope of using disfigurement or disability as horror, as making someone a monster. And I don't think that's what they're going to do. Obviously, the main villain of this is supposed to be a werewolf. My bigger issue comes from the fact that they gave Lily Rose Depp's character a cleft lip. I don't know why they didn't just hire an actor with a cleft lip if it was important enough for them to give one to Lily Rose Depp. I do hope that doesn't actually become a problem. I hope it's just something that becomes clearer as more information about the movie comes out. I am excited for Edgar's take on this. Now, two honorable mentions that I have are movies with very little information out about them and no dates. There's one called How to Rob a Bank that I saw was set to come out this year. It's starring Nicholas Hoult and Zoe Kravitz. It's like a heist thriller type movie. That sounds fun. I literally don't know anything about it other than the name and a very vague synopsis that was released. Another one that had one shot that really drew me in and just got me interested was The Face of Horror. It does seem really interesting. Like the one still that was released was really beautiful. The description that was out seems interesting. There's really not that much information out about this movie. I definitely am interested. I'm just hoping I'll get the chance to see it. Now, in my last video, I was trying very hard not to be mean. I was talking only about movies that I liked, but that's just not me. I am nothing if not a hater. This last movie is a dishonorable mention. This is a movie that I wish was not coming out this year. I know it has a release date set, but I don't know it, and I don't care because I don't want to see it. It is Emerald Fennell's Wuthering Heights. I could go on and on about how much I don't want to see this movie and how I don't think it's going to be a good movie, but I think that could warrant its own video, and I think if I were to make a video on it, I would have to see it, so you're not getting a video on it. I have seen people who love the book who don't think this is a good idea. I have seen people who love historical fashion who don't think this is a good idea. I have seen people who like movies who don't think this is a good idea. It definitely looks like it is Emerald Fennell's vision. It looks a lot like Saltburn, but even Saltburn, it was a fun movie to watch, but then I was like, wait, this is just a bad ripoff of The Talented Mr. Ripley. It was definitely getting to the point of style over substance. Not only has there been a lot of talk about the historical inaccuracy and simply the book inaccuracy, there have been some really problematic things brought up with that. It's being touted as the greatest love story of all time when a lot of people who've read the book really think it is more a story of abuse. I have not personally read Wuthering Heights. I would love to at some point, but I can't speak personally to whether this is accurate or not. I know there's also concerns being raised about the fact that Jacob Elordi's character is not white in the book. He is very clearly supposed to be Romani or just a person of color in general. So yet again, kind of problematic, but I can't necessarily speak to it because I have not read the book. If somebody really does want to see this, please let me know like what is drawing you to this, because I don't know anybody who's actually excited for this movie to come out. Alright, sorry for another shorter video this month, but at least you're getting a video this month. I hope you enjoy this. I hope it comes out before the month is over. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see next month or later in the year. Happy New Year and see you next time.